My name's Toby, and I love to learn new things, and I'm trying to learn Angular by making an app. So it's really a kind of a vlog of me just trying to build an app, learning Angular as I go from scratch. So we are up to, so this is the fourth part of this vlog, and we're just working through this this tutorial for making a web application with Angular and Firebase. We're up to this part. We're going to start putting components in. I thought this might be a good time to do some automated testing to try and get into that. But then I thought, I'm probably going to get bogged right down in that, and I've been going a while and I've got not much to show for it, as you can see. It's even there. Yeah. So I thought, let's just not worry about the automated testing at this point and actually try and get something on the page that we can look at and say, yes, I built that. So just this bit. Okay, so we're going to build a component. Now this is for making a Kanban board, and I'm going to try and adjust it as I go to the app I'm making, which is a newsletter composing thing. Particular this part of the app I'm making recipients list, so list of recipients for the newsletters that you're making. So it says we're going to visualize the tasks, go to source app directory and run this command to generate this component. I'm guessing that the directory you run the command in, to specify which directory, is the place where the component will be added. We have made a module for recipients lists. Yeah. So and we want to put this component in there. So let's go to that. So we go to what is it? Source app recipients list, and we generate a component. Generate component. I'm going to call it recipient. Okay. Command generates the component and adds a declaration to the app module inside the task directory. Create a file called task.ts. We'll use this file to define the interface of the tasks in the Kanban board. Okay. Each task will have an optional ID, title, description, fields, all of type string. Okay. So here we are. Recipient. Okay. So what we're gonna do? Okay. So what we're actually doing. Let me just look ahead. Yeah. I see. So what we're doing is that later on we're going to plumb it into the database system, but to begin with we're making a flat, just directly hard coding the data into a file. Actually, but that's not what we're doing yet. This actually defines the okay, what this is it defines what the task looks like. In our case, it would be a recipient. Let's do this. New file. And this is going to be called recipient, and it will have okay, optional ID. Why is, of all the things that can be optional, let's just go with that. I'm not sure what's going on behind that being optional. We're going to have name. We're not going to try and separate first and last name given and family or whatever it is. We're just going to have one string for the name. We're going to have an email. And that's going to be our recipient. For now, we're going to maybe add more to that later, possibly, but that's good enough for now. So this is going to be called TypeScript. Okay. Now let's update the component we want to accept input of type task and want it to be able to emit the edit outputs. Hey. Input task or what is that? An or? I don't even know. See, this is going to really show up the fact that I don't know not even JavaScript or TypeScript. So let's just see how that goes as we go along. Import component. Okay, so we're going to import the definition of what a recipient looks like that from the actual relative file like that. We don't need to put the file extension apparently, and then we have the component export class. Here we go. Implement on init. Okay, well anyway, constructor on init. Maybe we're using a different version of Angular than what they had there, but anyway. Or were we supposed to delete that stuff? I feel like I learned about on init at some point and then completely forgotten how it works. On init, it's like a hook, a life cycle hook. Let me just see what this one looks like. Yeah, that one's got that top bar's in here. Oh, look, the spec file has been made for us. So I almost feel like I don't want to use it, but I'm going to ignore that for now. I just want to make something happen. Yeah, okay. So export input task event emitter. Okay, well, let's just where should I put those up here? Maybe it'll explain what that means as we go along. I'm guessing this is a TypeScript thing. TypeScript, you say this is the variable, and then you put a colon and you put the type, and then maybe this is like possibly another kind of type, which is null. But I don't know why you would put an assignment. I don't know why you put an assignment at that point. That doesn't make sense. But I feel like it's saying either we have a recipient coming in or we have null coming in as the input for the component. Let's look at the output. Edit. So we create an event emitter. Event emitter, which is a type. Okay, so I think we need now to put this in. Makes sense. Okay. Edit task components template. Okay. Task component and replace content with the following HTML. So just replace the whole thing. Do they have a copy button? No, they have a. Helpfully, there's a change in. Anyway, hang on, let's save this, and then we want. Is this not saved? Oh, why has something got this? Contains untracked and modified files. Modified. Okay. Now I just want to apologize for, firstly, for the bad lighting, and secondly, I'm all the time looking at my screen, which means I'm not looking at you, and when I'm looking at the left panel, I'm looking right over here, which is like you get me in profile. So you get me in profile, yes, I have to live with that, I'm afraid to say. Sorry, just sorry, okay. It's just a vlog, it's not like a professional video. I don't have many subscribers at this stage of things. I'm not motivated to make it super flashy. Sorry. What am I doing? Task component. I'm putting this into here, the HTML. Okay. So if this is interesting, we have this whatever they call in Angular. It's like a declarative or whatever it's called. Emit. Look. This is going to be the. Okay, let's say this is the name. Okay. And let's say it's going to be the email. Okay. Okay, so this formatting might not be ideal for a recipient rather than a task, but we'll work that out later. So this only gets rendered if we have a recipient. If we have a recipient. Yeah, look at this. It's already telling me. This is really clever. Well, who's doing this? Is this Sublime Text? It's showing me the error if I hover over here, even though. Oh yeah, here goes the error here. It's coming out here. Because it's always hot loading it. Love it, love it. Okay, so this goes in to app module. So Okay. Like this. Imports matcard module like this. Save that. Okay, so let's save. Oh, okay. So okay, matcard is not a known element. So have you seen this before? Okay, so maybe, so here I've put it in the root module. Maybe I have to put it in the module that I'm putting the component in instead. So let's try this. See this guy. And then what was it? That would kind of make sense with the whole lazy loading of the modules. We only load even when we actually need it. So it's part of the actual module. It goes in here, right? Okay, well, I think that's a better error. Now I'm going to undo what I did here. That. From expected. Oh, look, I've written grom. In recipient component to use. Okay. No. How about this? Aha. Okay. Next. Okay, so now in the blah blah blah. Did this. Next we'll create a few tasks in that component and visualize them using task component. In at component, define an array called. Okay, so here's where we hard code stuff. So that is going to go in here. Here. Okay, it's going to leave that as it is and do this. This one I'm going to call it this is going to be a list of recipients. Name, email, name, email, last video I mentioned the theme of our final space. Avocado. And let's have Kevin. Where's the main character? What's his name? This guy. Oh, tribal. Gotta have tribal. Trying to think of a good email address for avocado. I guess it doesn't have too much. Okay, here we are. There. Okay, so now to the bottom of that and add the following ngFor directive. Let's do that. Component. Okay, let's just do this. App recipient for let recipient of friends now. I should just do a search and replace this thing. Okay. So let me just understand this. This is a for loop, and it's going through the array friends, which I defined in here, which is an array of recipient, and each recipient is assigning to this variable recipient, and then recipient equals recipient. So then it's putting it in, is assigning it from that variable into here, which I think guessing is putting into the component. Here, and then when the component renders, so interestingly, this is, where am I looking? This is the component. This indicates which component is going to render multiple times over because it's a for loop. It's directive. There you go. And that explains it all. Wow, just pops up with that. Just magic. Here, every recipient, then we render it, and we got the name here and the email here. And somehow it should work. Let's have a look. No. Recipient. Let's save that. Oh, no. Okay, so it doesn't recognize this because I have to probably import it. Oh yeah, that's right. I did that in the wrong component, right? Right. Recipient list. Hang on. Yeah, look here, look at component.ts. This is yeah. Okay. It is here, okay. Just recipient from recipient. Okay. So we import this here. Okay. Did this do it? Oh! It works. Okay, so we've got a list. Yeah, okay. Now let's go drag and drop. Let's skip that. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop. So we have made a list of components for our recipients, which is great, and we've used the Angular structural directive to do that, ngFor. So let's continue with this next time.